school. Well, this
Right.
is my idea, but like, if you don't remember what you learn in
Mm,
school, then
mm.
you don't have to learn it. If you,
Right.
many
There's
people
right.
don't
Exactly.
remember what they learned.
Right.
What's the
Right.
reason to go to school?
Right.
But
Hey guys, this is Victor, the Wise Traditions Nutritionist from Vitagenics, and today, as you may have already noticed, I'm going to be speaking about unschooling, educating children better without schools. And yes, it can be done. So we're going to talk a little bit about school versus homeschooling versus unschooling. I just want to list out some things for you before you listen to my daughter and hear her ideas, her comments, and such. So, first of all, whatever is best for your child, whichever thing is best is for you to decide. I just want to help give you information and help you to hopefully make a more informed decision. And yes, I am encouraging people to unschool, but again, it's up to you. It's, some children do actually do better in school. They want more structure and such. So anyway, what is unschooling? Okay, it's education without institution. It's not a place. Now, these are not formal definitions. There is no formal definition. I'm just giving you my 2 cents here. The basic idea is you get rid of this idea of an institution. You try to erase the idea of what school currently is in most societies around the world. And it's free time, playtime, choice. It's not structured. Now, you can add your own structure, but it's up to you and your child. The big thing here is to give the child choice. And that gives the child a lot more motivation. It opens up the child's mind to many more things, and they'll remember more, they'll retain more, and they're going to learn more in the end. So, anyway, reading and writing are still skills, of course, that we will develop. You come up with all different kinds of activities. It's pretty easy to motivate a child to read a book. It doesn't really take a whole heck of a lot. So don't worry about your child falling far behind in reading, writing, grammar, etc. It's really not a problem. The unschoolers do excellent in all of these things. The big thing here is that when you take a child out of school, there's a lot more time for conversation. They're not sitting in a classroom for 6 hours having mostly no conversation. Most kids are saying nothing for the whole day that they're in school. You want to get more conversation. Yeah, we think that school encourages, socialization, but that is not the case for all children. You can actually get a lot more socialization, even better quality socialization outside of the institutionalized schools. So anyway, projects, volunteering, work, apprenticeship, chores. There's just so many different things. Whatever activities you and your child can dream up, you can use to educate your child. And that's what unschooling is all about. And you really want the child to have a lot of free time. So you don't want to fill all their hours, but you just do all these different things, sports, games, clubs, if your child wants to do it. You expose them to it. You give them a chance. You give them a choice. Video games. We have so many different kinds of video games that are educational, that are useful, that are fun, and on so many different devices. So do not be shy about video games. I actually have a separate video that talks about gaming and video gaming being good for your health, and it's absolutely true if done responsibly. So learn how to use these as tools for education. They are definitely excellent tools if you learn which ones to choose and how to use them, okay? So, let the child learn just from life, from living, from being around the family. Travel if you can, local travel, international travel, whatever. These are all opportunities for education. These are all part of unschooling. So this is just one way to look at it. I hope you get the basic idea of what unschooling is, right? It's up to you. You define it. You decide, you and your child, right? So whatever encourages your child, whatever encourages them to learn, use it. Use whatever you got. Use whatever there is. Now, there is support growing. So if you don't have any ideas, just get out there on the internet, check it out. There are many guides, many ideas, and there will be more and more all the time because unschooling is getting more popular. There are groups, camps, activities. All of these things will continue to increase. If there is nothing where you are now, check again in the near future. There might be something there. So just keep looking. most parents, not most, but more and more parents are choosing unschooling. So it is increasing and they're having great success. The unschoolers themselves, they do tend to go to college, to tech schools, trade schools, etc. Most of them do go. They do elect to go into an institution. Now, of course, it's very different at that point. After the 12 years, you get to the point of going to a university, it's your choice, right? And these institutions are more flexible. So universities are fantastic. And a lot of the unschoolers do go there, or I should say most of them actually do get degrees. And adult unschoolers, those that have finished their education, they tend to be very happy, very successful, and very glad that they were unschooled. Okay, so definitely go out there. Don't trust me, don't take my word for it. Go out on the internet, search, check it out, and you'll see that unschooling is really quite an excellent thing. And it is legal in most places. There again, you'll have to check what is legal in your place. In the US, it varies state by state, but most people are able to unschool in most places around the world. So now I'll let you listen to my daughter. This is about a 20-minute conversation as she and I discussed all these various things about unschooling. And I think it's good for you to hear what a 14-year-old daughter has to say, a 14-year-old girl has to say about this idea of unschooling and what it means to her. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.
Okay, you want to talk about unschooling, right?
Yes, right. I want to
Okay.
talk about unschooling. Many people don't know about it, right? But of course, that's our plan, is to do unschooling with you. I would have unschooled you many years ago, but I didn't have control of that. So
It's complicated.
right. So what is unschooling? What have you learned about it so far? What is this idea unschooling?
You mean, okay, first not going to the school.
Not yet, right? That's very
Right.
good. Not going to school. That's the basic thing.
So it means you have more freedom.
Right.
So
right.
okay, so that's how I can learn what I want to learn.
Right.
I can do much of that.
Right.
Right.
So it's right. So you're still learning. It means getting educated without going to school. And this is, we should say, before college, because when it's time to go to a university, then you'll go to a university, or maybe you'll do that from home. So many people do it online. That'll be your choice. At that point, once you're 18 years old. But anyway, right. So it's not going to school, getting educated without going to school, and also it's a little different from homeschooling.
Yeah, because
What's the difference? What's the difference between unschooling and homeschooling?
okay, so first, homeschooling is actually not going to school, right? It's also not going to the school.
Right, it's also
but
not going to school.
Homeschooling is doing the same project, like, how do I say it?
The same schoolwork.
Yeah.
The same.
It's
right,
just doing
right,
at home.
Right, like the same exams and the same homework.
Yeah,
the same curriculum.
Yeah.
The same topics.
But
right.
unschooling is totally different.
Right.
That doesn't do the same.
Right. There's none of those school textbooks. Now, we could use textbooks if you want to.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the idea. Unschooling is, my job is to expose you to many things. So I'm going to give you a lot of different tools, and I'm going to make you do some different things. But basically, you're going to choose to focus on what you want to focus, and you're going to learn what you want to learn, right?
So that's the difference of homeschooling, unschooling. Homeschool, just do the same thing what we're doing in the school.
Right, or
So
close to the same thing, right.
But unschooling, do whatever you want. Do what?
Kind of, right.
Kind of.
The idea is to completely forget about school. There's no idea of homework, no exams. Eventually we will take some exams because you will want to measure. You'll be curious.
Yeah.
You'll be curious. And at some point you'll do that. But You don't worry about that. You don't even think about it.
Yes. So unschooling is it's the exact thing of this name of unschooling. Unschool.
Exactly.
Okay, but you're
It
still
is what
learning.
it's right.
But
Right.
you're still
It
learning.
is what it means. It is. It's
Yeah.
right. Right. So you're still learning. You learn without going to school. You get educated.
Different than studying a little bit.
Right. Right. There isn't this idea of studying. So you're gonna learn things like you're gonna do research because you want to. Right. And I'm gonna ask you to look up something, and then you're just gonna go and do it. Maybe because you're curious. And sometimes maybe you won't. But there will always be something that will keep you motivated. And you'll do many different things. I mean, you're just going to have free time. You're just going to play. You're just going to enjoy playing. We're going to have you do some video games. Right, so we're going to try different video games, which I will encourage you to do a limited amount, not 10 hours a day. Right? Because video games are actually very helpful. Right? You'll learn things from video games.
Like what?
So, well, you're gonna learn a lot of vocabulary and language just from trying to play a video game because you're gonna see words you don't understand.
Right.
And for example, with World of Warcraft, so Warcraft is one of the things I want you to do because also to work on your social skills. And if you're communicating with people online, they're from all over the world. So you're gonna work on your typing skills. Right? And you're going to learn words from them. And you're going to learn the most current language. This is how I stay in touch with the evolution of language. So language is always evolving, meaning it's changing. And the places that it changes the fastest are in the online gaming world. Because people are trying to do something quick. They have a challenge they're trying to figure out together.
Yeah.
Right? So you learn so many different things. You do puzzle solving and you learn how to work with people, teamwork, etc. In a game like World of Warcraft. So that's one game which you already played before.
Before, yeah.
Right. And so we'll keep you going with that a little bit. And we'll teach you how to play StarCraft because that's a good strategy game. And it's another thing just to exercise the brain. It's more to learn. You're going to learn how to play that game, and after a while, you might decide, you know what, I really don't like this game so much. I'm not going to make you play it forever. But, we'll have some fun anyway, because we can play together, you can do things as teams, so we'll make it more interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff. And when we do things, when you play games like Warcraft, that's more fantasy based. So then we can talk more about magic and philosophy and reality, right? Connected to that. When you play StarCraft, that's more science fiction based. And again, that will lead to some discussions about science. So we've been talking a lot about science and reality recently and even mathematics, right? In a fun way. Quantum physics.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So you're going to learn things from playing, from doing video games, your artwork, however you want to do it, photography, whatever you want to do creatively, writing stories. We're going to maintain blogs. That's another way. So you're going to maintain some blogs. We're going to do the book blogging like we did before, right? Where you read a book. You're going to read a book in Japanese.
Yeah.
And then you're going to translate to me.
To English, right?
Right. So you're going to read 1 or 2 pages. And then you're going to translate to me, telling me the story. And then, right?
So that's good for both languages. I'm gonna learn.
Right.
Well, I already can read. I already can read or speak Japanese so high level, in the normal way.
Well, not a very high level,
Yeah,
but
I know,
you mean a certain level.
Yeah.
You have a certain level. Right.
So
enough to read a book.
Yeah.
Right. So you're at that level where it's no problem. So you can
enough to speak with Japanese people.
Right. And you'll be able to maintain or even improve your Japanese by reading the books.
Yeah.
and then trying to translate like that, right? And that's going to improve your understanding. And when you see language in the context of a story, you understand much better. You understand the grammar, you understand the vocabulary, the meaning, etc. Right? And then, of course, we're going to do the writing like we did before. Like in the book, whatever books you choose, every time you find a new character, we make a blog post about that character, right? And then we keep up that character's history in the blog.
Yeah.
So it's gonna help you to maintain your writing skills, also, right?
But the point is, I'm reading a book what I wanted to read,
Right.
right?
Right.
So
Exactly.
it will be more fun.
Exactly.
It will be excited to tell you what kind of story this book is.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
that's the actual point. Not
Right.
reading that I don't want to read.
Right.
That makes me unhappy.
Right, exactly. You read what you want. And we
Yeah.
find, so, and even, let's say you're reading a book and it's like, you know what? I'm not interested in this book really.
Yeah.
Okay, we get another book.
Mm.
There's like, there's so many books in the world. There's so many great books.
Choose a book.
Yeah,
what
so
you wanna
you
read.
can just choose. We'll find books that are good. There's so many. I can't even read all the books I want to read. There's so many great books out there. Yeah. So you don't have to be forced to read something. Anyway. Yeah. So reading books, reading blogs, like reading things on the internet. There's so many things to do. But again, right, it's finding things that you want to do.
Yeah, so that's also included unschooling, what to do. Like unschooling, including, right?
Including,
This reading a book stuff.
yeah, right, that's part of unschooling.
Yeah.
I mean, right, it's you do whatever. There's no limit to the activities, right? So we're going to do different projects. I mean, anything, volunteering, just working, like volunteering to help somebody, helping your grandmother cook,
Yeah, so
helping your aunts and uncles cook,
So
just
how-
helping people
yeah, so
do
how
things.
do I learn cook? That's why how I learn cook.
Right, you're going to
To
learn how
cook.
to cook.
So the unschooling doesn't have the one place to learn.
Right,
If
right, exactly.
Go many places, experience many things.
Mhm.
There's no one place except school.
Right.
Have the place that is school
Right.
and
Exactly.
study at your desk
Exactly.
seat, right?
Right.
And homeschool, study at home. They also
Right.
have a place.
Right.
But unschooling,
There is no single place. Right?
Yeah.
You're going to learn everywhere from experience.
so yeah, you're learning many things
Right.
more.
Right. So you're going to do so many different things with so many different people. And like we have a family, we have a big family that, and we have all different people doing different things. Of course, your cousin Danielle can probably take you to work with her, and you can see what's happening, in the beauty world. She's a cosmetologist.
So I'm too
Right.
shy.
Huh? Too what?
Too shy.
You're too shy. No, so you'll get over that. You're gonna do stuff. Maybe you'll work. You'll see what, like your Uncle Frankie does a lot of stuff with woodwork. He's always doing stuff, building things with wood. So maybe
I
you'll do
can
something.
learn a little
Yeah,
bit.
yes, you learn a little
thing.
bit. You might be interested. You
Yeah,
never
so,
know.
Yeah, that's the point.
Right. So there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things. And not only work, not only helping people to do their work or to help them cook or whatever,
You don't
but
have to like every time like try to do it. You can just watch, right? First.
right,
just
exactly. You
watch.
just go. You learn by watching.
Yeah.
Sometimes you learn by doing. You learn other people's hobbies. Hobbies, things we do for fun, can often be educational. And for someone like you, as a teenager growing up, and as really a non-native speaker, meaning you went to school in Japan. You're not really a native English speaker yet. Your
Yeah.
English is not perfect.
Of course.
So every conversation you have a chance to learn some new English too. And you're working on your listening skills, your speaking skills. So yeah, there's just so many different things. Everything is an experience. So, all right, so maybe that's a good first video. you know, and then maybe we'll do future videos where we can explain to people some of the specific projects
Project.
that, yeah, I don't even like to use the word project because it sounds like a school project,
Yeah.
but I mean like, or some of the activities, you know, so for example, like the book thing and the blog thing, I'll actually do a video, or maybe we'll do a video about that together to show people how, because I set up the website to help with that. Um, so we'll show people some of the different things that are going on
Okay.
in your unschooling
Yeah.
as you prepare to drop out of school and get ready to full-time unschool by next year, hopefully.
Yeah, every like many people think unschooling is bad still. Yeah, many people.
I think many people just they don't even know. They have no
Yeah.
idea about that word unschooling. Yeah, but you're right. So some people might think it's bad. So we'll help them to understand why it's not. But no, the students that unschool, they're super successful.
And
They do
there's
really well. They get into universities.
so
It's
they're
not a
you mean
problem.
they're more smart,
Yeah, or not. Well, we should use the word smart.
more intelligent.
I wouldn't say smart or intelligent. They appear that way, though.
Mm.
They seem to be that way because they actually learn more, right? Because most people forget most things
Oh
they learn
yeah.
in school,
So
right?
yeah. Like
Right?
so, I wanna tell this. Like
Yeah. Go ahead.
like so yeah, school. Like sometimes I thought when I talking with my cousin of Japanese side cousin.
All right, you were just talking to your cousin
Yeah,
about
my
school.
cousin is now she's in college.
College, right? Her
College.
first year in college.
And I asked her, "Do you remember all the history or math or science or what you learned
Right.
in the junior high school, high school?" She said, "Oh no, I already forget. I only remember from my exam
Mm.
to pass the exam." And yeah, because sometimes I need a study for my school project. I need her help when I'm doing a homework. But she said, "I don't remember."
She can't remember. That's pretty funny. But that's typical, right? Most people, they study for the exam and then they forget everything.
Yeah, so it's like I saw like, is there a meaning to going to school? I a little bit thought that because I
Right.
really don't like school. Well, this
Right.
is my idea, but like, if you don't remember what you learn in school, then you don't have to learn it. If you,
Right,
many
there's-
people
right,
don't
exactly.
remember what they learn.
Right.
What's the reason to go to school?
Right.
But
Exactly. It
uns-
seems meaningless.
But because people do what they don't like in school, even they do.
Right.
But unschooling, they do whatever they want. They research what they want to research, so they never forget, and they also experience. So it will keep in my mind, their minds.
Actually, like when you go to school, you learn to dislike many things that you might like. Right? So, for example, you have pressure to learn about math or history.
Yeah, because they also have the
Right?
remember until like this day, like
Deadlines.
Yeah.
Deadlines, right. Right. So, yeah. For me, I don't like the idea of deadlines either.
an exam.
No, I don't like exams. Sometimes, like for some people, they like to do tests because it motivates them.
Yeah.
You know, but it's really different when it's your choice. You know, like maybe you decide, wow, okay, I'm going to challenge myself. I want to take this exam.
So that's if you
That's
want
cool.
to challenge, that's good. But
Right.
the people like me don't like exam.
Right, you don't like that now, but you might change later. You might
Yeah.
feel like, wow, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like the ACAN test,
Oh,
the
yeah.
English test. Like now you just feel, wow, it's pressure. I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
But
because
later you might feel like, wow, you know what? I think I can.
Yeah,
I can do real good now.
Yeah, because now I have some kind of deadline because I have a totally big test in high school, so I don't have time to study this kind of English.
Right. Because you have like what 8 different exams you have to prepare for.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean pressure.
A lot
Well,
of
I
pressure.
have pressure.
So much pressure.
Not all people have, but some like me.
I understand. Well, hopefully not much longer.
I hope.
Cool. All right, good. All right, good for a first video. Good job. And, I hope this helps people. Anyone considering unschooling, or if you weren't, maybe you will now. I think it's really much better for our kids, better for the future. So thanks for watching, and we hope you subscribe.
This is the first step, so maybe we're gonna do it later again.
We might,
Maybe.
or maybe I'll publish this. I'll see what happens.
Okay.
Take a look. So say goodbye to everybody, and
Bye. Yeah, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.
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 Good job.
Okay, thanks.
Ciao.
Ciao, bye.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that conversation between my daughter and myself, and I hope it was helpful to you, and I hope it encourages you to unschool your own children or help others that are unschooling, right? So it takes a village to raise a child, and so really, we don't want the child to be isolated, whether it is in a school. A lot of kids in the school system feel isolated. So again, it takes a village, and I hope this helps you. I hope it points you in the right direction, and I hope you subscribe, okay? Take care and good luck with your unschooling efforts. Myself and my daughter will be doing more videos on unschooling with some specific details of activities and tools that you can use, so stay tuned if you are interested. Take care.